from the time I start to work here. I think one of the few persons that I could remember from then is it's you. So what I saw in relationship with you store manager and me accountant, was that you go through, when you start something, you'll go through until you complete it. And I have seen a lot of care for customers and for vendors as well.
Aaron D'Souza, and I'm the president of the Vancouver Entrepreneurs Toastmasters Club. Vladimir joined 6 months ago as a new member, and since then he's been one of the most enthusiastic new members in the club. He's met me a number of times to discuss his speeches, to improve himself on stage, and he's always there to volunteer for different roles, sometimes even at the very last minute. He's a property manager by trade, and if I was ever looking out for a property, I'd definitely reach out to him for advice on how to move forward in that. He's a reliable guy, and I provide this recommendation for any professional activity that he's interested in.
Vladimir, I've known you for a few months now at Vancouver Entrepreneurs Toastmasters, and I have to say that I'm very pleased and surprised to know how kind of a person you are, and also I admire your courage, because first time when you came on stage and you talked, you were so vivid and you were so passionate about the topics you were talking about. And even though your English was not that great, and even though it improved since then, I'm just like, wow, this guy really wants to go for it, really wants to become a good Toastmaster. So he's taking everything he has and makes the best out of it, and I really love that. That's what it takes, to be a hustler and to be successful. And I don't know, I like his friendly attitude, and talking with him, it gives me a warm feeling.
I've known you for a few months now, and you've came to Toastmasters, and you are very dedicated to what you set your mind to. You joined the club, and almost very early you started giving your speeches, and you're not afraid to take a challenge. I know that as a person with English as second language, some people find it very challenging to join Toastmasters, but you go through it, and I find that really amazing, and I admire that about you.
I'm Brandy Morris. I am a community manager with Associate BC and have worked with Vladimir for over about a year now. He has been a great help for me, showing me around, introducing me to my peers and teams, as well as when I'm in need of some contacts and information. He's been more than helpful. It has been a pleasure working with him.
Hey there, Arifa here, and I wanted to recommend Vladimir Christoph. First thing you'll notice about Vladimir is that he cares so much about people. He has a heart of gold, and he will do whatever he can to support the people around him. He is very knowledgeable in his field, and he's able to communicate so clearly and effectively. I would highly recommend anyone to work with Vladimir.
Just to let you know, when you come into the office every day, you're very pleasant, and I see you with the clients when they come in. You're very thorough and very honest and very on top of stuff that you have to do with them. I find you to be a very, very complete, you follow through with whatever you say you're going to do and how you do it.
This is Eduardo Ramos, and I wanted to give you my personal testimonial and experience that I've had with Vladimir Christoph. If you haven't Vladimir's support online and offline, then you're truly missing out, because this is one man that is of integrity, of amazing character. He's genuine, he's loving and supporting. Let's face it, sometimes we feel this fear, maybe this anxiety, maybe we feel overwhelmed with the information that we get on a daily basis, or the things that we want to do, and we just don't know how to move forward. Okay, or we feel stuck, we're uncertain where we want to go. Not with Vladimir. See, Vladimir has this natural ability and this gift to move forward. The beauty about it comes straight from his heart. He does it with an enthusiastic feeling and smile. And and to be able to present you with a person with such great character, to me, that speaks 1,000 words. I love everything he does. He'll get your ideas, he'll nurture them, he will help you implement and manifest your true dreams in reality. That's the whole thing. He's goal-oriented, he's action-oriented, And if you don't invest into his program, you're absolutely missing out, because you will see changes. There's no question, and the changes will be for the positive, because he will help you push forward. Now, this is a true experience that I've had for myself. He makes you feel like a true extended part of the family. And that's exactly how I feel, and this is why I treasure what Vladimir has to offer. Thank you for everything that you do, Vladimir, online and offline. You're an amazing human being. I am so grateful that I have you as part of my life and everything that you've been able to do for me. Thank you, and man, you're awesome.
I've been knowing Vladimir for we always talk in the kitchen and at lunch, and if Vladimir needs something, because we are assistants here and we are assisting him in his work, he always seems to know a lot about stratas, and the way he talks about it, that means to me that he is very interested in his job, and he very much cares about stratas, about people in them. And also I think that he's very knowledgeable, because the way he talks about subjects, because we are assisting him, he knows a lot of stuff. So he's very friendly, and it's a pleasure to work with him, and he's very helpful, and I think he's the right man for the job.
I'm Gabriel. I represent Glenbrook Mechanical, and we've had a working relationship with Vladimir for 2 years now, about 2 years. I find Vladimir very straightforward, honest, and accessible. This helps us develop a relationship of trust, also helps the communication flow freely and quickly, which is very important in the service industry and in the property management industry. And I recommend Vladimir for any real estate endeavor or any property management endeavor. I would like you to read his book. I found out that recently he has completed a book, and I would recommend him to anyone for any of these things.
I think this is a learning game for everybody, and there's a lot to learn. And I think you're very eager. There's a lot of gray areas in strata management, but as long as we try to assist our stratas, there's a lot of stratas that doesn't know how the Strata Property Act works, and they could easily be misled with false information. So I do appreciate that you would try and serve them with the right information. And if you don't know, you will seek it, find it, ask, in order to provide the correct information out there. I think that's very important for people not to be misled through the Strata Property Act.
I've been working with Vladimir for quite some time now. I think that it's wonderful services that I encourage everybody to really go out and see what's the services are all about. And he's very honest and passionate about the services that he's having, and I'm sure that you won't go wrong with the person who's really genuine about his ways of helping the world, and his passion about his career.
So I met Vladimir here, and I had the pleasure of giving you an evaluation and mentor you for your speeches. And I have to say that Vladimir is very much detail oriented. He does a lot of research and never speaks before he actually thinks and prepares. He does not do any improvisation. He's actually really well prepared. He always adheres to the rules of Toastmasters, and he follows the Competent Communicator Manual, which is really important for beginners because you want to have the structure in place, and only then later on, when you're really, really advanced, that you can improvise and make it more your own. So I appreciate your detail orientation, and I really like that you actually take my advice, and I'm very humble that you do that. Thank you very much, and it's always a pleasure to work with you.
Since I met Vladimir, and I have been here only since September as a member of the council, and he's doing a good job for the management of our strata, the Cougar Creek strata. He's been doing a good job helping everybody. All our questions are answered, and he's very efficient in doing all his job for the council, for the strata. Quite pleased about that. And I'm sure the other members of my council are happy as well, as we are cooperating with each other, and we needed unity in this community.